First pitch, by the way, with Charlie and Vinny and Rick at 7:10 p.m. on Talkradio 790 KABC, the official home, the flagship station for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Every pitch, every game, all season long.
And we are joined by Tommy Davis sitting down and Joe Pignatano. Tommy Davis and Joe Pignatano, ladies and gentlemen.
Two kids from Brooklyn.
Yeah, from Brooklyn.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. So, Tommy Davis, you certainly were a fan favorite. Everyone thinks of you in Dodger Stadium in 1962 when you led the world in hitting in just about every other category. But you had some pretty good years in the Coliseum as well.
Other years? I can't remember, but 62. No, listen, we had a great team. I was fortunate enough to come back in 63 in the League also. But when you have a Sandy Koufax and Joe was here. Joe is from Brooklyn now. You know, Jewish guy from Brooklyn. You know, anyway.
Pignatano?
Pignatano. But no, you're talking about a group of guys that were real close knit. And Maury Wills changed the game himself in reference to stealing bases. And so it was easy to have the years I had, and you got Willie Davis and Frank Howard and Jim Gilliam, who I thought should be in the Hall of Fame. Don't you think Jim Gilliam should be in the Hall of Fame? Right? He did so much for Maury Wills when he was stealing bases. He changed his stance. He went further back in the box because when Maury started stealing, that meant the catcher had to go further back, right? That made the throw to second base longer, right? Yep. That's Jim Gilliam, always thinking. So, and you have a group like that, everybody can have a good year. I was fortunate enough to have some statistics, and I took advantage of it.
We're talking to Tommy Davis and Joe Pignatano. Joe, move on in here a little bit. As a catcher, how would you call a game in the Coliseum?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
Yeah,
but when you catch guys like Drysdale, Koufax, you didn't have to worry about that. Because nobody hit the ball. I always caught it and threw it back to them.
What was it like catching Koufax?
Well, my first big league game I caught, this was in Brooklyn. Before we got here, my first game I caught Koufax. And he beat the Cubs 6-2, and that was my initiation to the major leagues.
And did you know right from the get-go that this guy was special?
Well, I always knew that Sandy was going to be a good pitcher, but he had the label that he was wild. Well, wild guys and catchers have a tough time with wild pitchers.
Yes, they do.
Sandy was very easy to catch. I mean, he had great stuff. He had a great curveball, but his ball was light. Compared to Drysdale threw a shot put.
Yeah, well, he threw sidearm.
Sidearm, and he made the ball sing. Him and Levine, I had to use sponges. That's the only two guys I use sponges for.
Tommy Davis, you were going to sign with the Yankees, I think, and then you got a phone call from a certain Dodger.
Well, yeah, it was in my book, but out of high school, I was approached by 4 teams. In those days, you didn't get drafted; you were approached, and the Yankees were one of them, Cleveland, Phillies, and the Dodgers. Well, the Yankees was the team that allowed me to go to Yankee Stadium, and I had a locker in Yankee Stadium, and I could work out anytime I want. So here I am working out with the likes of Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra, Elston Howard, Whitey Ford, and I worked out maybe 5 or 6 times. But Al Campanis would just come to the house periodically to, just to show that the Dodgers were interested. And he found out I was going to sign with the Yankees on a Tuesday evening. He had Jackie Robinson call me that Sunday prior to that Tuesday.
Wow.
And I heard his voice and didn't believe it at first, but after a while, I realized this is Jackie Robinson calling me. And I forgot what he said because I was too excited then. And I think he was trying to tell me about the advantages of signing with the Dodgers, but I was telling my mother, this is Jackie Robinson, Mom, Jackie Robinson, Mom, And then I signed with the Dodgers Tuesday afternoon.
And we're all happy
did.
Hey, you lost a lot of money, didn't you?
we couldn't sign for only what, 4,000?
But beside the point, they probably won 15 World Series that you missed.
Yeah, I could have missed, but I did what
But you know what?
I did what I did, Joe.
You know what? I'm glad you signed with the Dodgers. I got to know you. You're a great guy.
Thank
and
you
a
both.
great hitter.
Joe Pignatano and Tommy Davis. We're back with more on KABC Talk Radio 790.